back to Drake Investments YouTube channel. Today we are talking about the top 5 hustles of 2023. I'm going to give you my list of the side hustles that I do to make extra money. Let's get it!
Number 5.
The number 5 hustle I would say would be vending machines. I bought a couple of vending machines. I've been doing it for a while now, a couple months, and the initial investment is not that much. You can buy a vending machine for like $1,500 to $2,000, and typically, depending on the location, you could probably profit maybe about $300 to about $700 a month, typically off of it. So it's not a whole bunch of money, but it makes some money. So one of the top 5 hustles would be vending machines for me, I think.
And how often do you have to restock up on the vending machine, or does a vending machine send you some kind of alert that tells you when you're running low?
No, just typically just driving by. We have somebody that drives by there and just checks on them. Once a week, we typically do it once a week. Each location once a week.
That's it. Number 4.
Number 4 would be flipping sneakers. As you guys know, I'm a big sneakerhead. I've been in sneakers for a long time, and I have a shoe store. But before I had a shoe store, I was flipping sneakers, just buying them off of Facebook Marketplace or buying them off Craigslist, and finding other people that had collections, just buying their shoes and seeing if I could reflip them. Typically right now, you could probably profit about $100 off of a shoe. That's like without any hype around it, $100. You buy a shoe for $150 and sell it for $250. So that's a good side hustle. If you do that enough times, 10 pairs of shoes is $1,000. 100 pairs of shoes is $10,000. So you do the math, it's a good side hustle. So number 4 side hustle of 2023 would be flipping sneakers.
Look into the new releases that come out, or more so the doing like used shoes.
Yeah, both. You got to kind of do both in this day and age, because everybody don't like the new stuff that's coming out. A lot of people don't like the new stuff that's coming out, and a lot of people don't like the older stuff. I realize that the newer generation, they like everything new. They want the latest and greatest. Where the era where I'm from, we kind of like the older stuff. So I have new shoes if a nice colorway comes out, but I kind of like the older stuff because it was more retro back then. Now they have Jordans come out that are like blue and orange and different crazy colors that they wasn't before. Same thing with Yeezys. They have Yeezys that look like styrofoam. That's not really my thing, but it's somebody's thing. So sneakers, flip sneakers, number 4.
Number 3.
Number 3 would be Airbnb. I make a lot of money off Airbnb. It's a good side hustle. It takes a lot of work and money in the initial investment, in the initial time span, but after you kind of get it up and running and you hire a cleaning service, it's really not much work. It's really just a matter of looking at your phone, calling the cleaner. Looking at your phone, calling the cleaner. So I would definitely say Airbnb, and I make quite a bit of money. I have 3 of them now, but I started with 1. So invest about $7,500. To start making roughly, in the beginning it was like $1,000 profit a month, and then it sounded slowly $1,500, and now it's profiting. It's booked probably almost 25 days out the month. All of them are usually booked about 25 days out the month. So good side hustle 2023 Airbnb.
And then when you say that, it can cost up to $7,500 a month. Like, is that including the cost for the property and getting it furnished, or just to get it furnished?
Yeah. I mean, we do it the right way, depending on But for me, it cost me $7,500. But that's with if you're renting the property, that's for the rent, the first month deposit on the rent, and then the furnishing. You can really furnish your whole house if you're not doing really expensive things. You can furnish your whole house for about $5,000. TVs don't cost as much as they used to nowadays, so instead of putting Samsungs in the Airbnbs, we put the Roku TVs in the Airbnbs, which is less money. Samsung TV might be $700, a Roku TV might be $350. So it's less money investment. Not saying it's less quality, it's just less money to begin with. If somebody's renting Airbnb, they don't care if they're looking at high definition, 8K or 4K, they don't care, they're just looking at the TV. So that's my thought process on it.
Gotcha. Number 2?
Number 2 would be flipping cars. As you guys know, I'm into cars. I have a dealership now, but before I had a dealership, I was just buying and selling off of Craigslist. This was before Facebook Marketplace. We were able to just buy and sell off of Craigslist, and I would have to travel further out for the cheaper cars, and I would bring them back here to Fayetteville, to the city that I'm in, and sell them for more money. And I did that for about 5 years. Made a good living off of it. Made 6 figures a year for about 5 years in a row, just off flipping cars. That's all I did full time. I was just wake up every day, I would look for a deal on a car. If I found a deal, I would go buy the car and I'd bring it back, I'd clean it, I'd get it fixed, and I'd put it back on Facebook. I put it back on Craigslist, a week or so later.
And so how much money would somebody need to start flipping cars?
It depends on how many cars you want to start flipping with, but I say $5,000. If you got $5,000 saved up, you can start flipping cars. Whether you buy 2 inexpensive cars or you buy, 4 really cheap cars, Typically, you couldn't really find the $15,000 cars no more since COVID. So everything's now like $2,000. For $2,000 to get you just like a basic, bare minimum car. But if you spend $3,000, you get you a decent car, and you can sell that $3,000 car for about $5,000.
And so, if I was to invest in a car, how much money would I need aside for like mechanical issues in case that's an issue?
Well, I say the total invest like $5,000. You have $5,000 tucked away. That'll be a good number to start, because you're not going to spend $5,000 on a car. You're going to spend roughly $3,000 or $2,000. You're going to have a couple dollars to fix whatever needs to be fixed on it. So a $5,000 budget to get you rolling. And I started with one car. I started with my personal car, my own car. I sold that and was flipping ever since.
And a number one?
Number one would be trailers. You guys know I do a lot of mobile homes, a lot of trailers. Biggest side hustle. I do it, in my spare time. But I got an investment company, so I do this all day long. But I'm not doing the work on it. I have a contracting company. I go every morning. We go to Lowe's. We go get it. But I'm not really doing any physical labor. And it doesn't take long. Like, we just sold a trailer today, as you know, and we profited about $10,400 off of it. And we didn't, and it took us a month to do it. So in a month time, it took us a month to fix the trailer. And then I've had it online for sale for about 2 weeks now. So about 6 weeks, we've made $10,000. That's a good side hustle. I know people that don't make $10,000, all year. So if you can make $10,000 off one single investment, that's a good side hustle to have. So number one, I would say, is mobile home flipping.
And so is your goal to buy one mobile home every month or every other month? Or like, what's your goal personally when it comes to that?
Well, I don't really have a goal. I kind of get them as I get deals. So sometimes I buy mobile homes and I don't do nothing with them for months until I get the time, until it gets in rotation. But I buy them whenever I can come across a deal. Sometimes it's sometimes it's once a month, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's a couple months. And sometimes I buy 3 or 4 of them at one time. So I don't really have a schedule on when I buy them. Just any type of deal I come across, I tend to buy it. Even if I don't work on it right now, I'll buy it right now and I'll work on it later.
In conclusion,
stay focused. Don't quit. Never quit, man. That's the only thing about me is I refuse and quit. And I done failed more times than I can imagine. But listen to me when I say, if you just don't give up and you don't quit, you'll always get back to the top. And that's it. Stay focused. Get your side hustles. Whatever your main job is, you can do all of this stuff that I just told you in your spare time. You don't necessarily have to quit your job in order to do it. I know some people like, the fact of security, job security. They like the fact that they get paid a set amount every week and they're comfortable with that. I know that, so I'm not telling you to go out there and quit your job. I'm just saying, in order to thrive, in order to get to the next level, you're going to have another hustle. You're going to have another source of income. And the 5 sources I just gave you right now are the ones that I use. Those are a couple of the ones that I use. I have a couple more streams of income, but those are the top 5 that you can do in your spare time. So like and subscribe below. Let's get it!